Welcome back to another exciting episode of Unstoppable Food with Hosanna Homestead. And I want to talk about unstoppable fertilizer, which is the base of unstoppable food. And I also want to talk about synergy and fodder systems, like fancy words for not having to buy fertilizer anymore and also not having to spread as much fertilizer. You'll see one of our cute little bunnies here in this cage. I think she's one of the shy ones. Hi, girl. She is one of our mother bunnies. She's going to be laying, or I guess birthing, a litter of bunnies or kits soon. And she, in the meantime, is raining down fresh rabbit manure or fertilizer, in another term, right on our garden where we have blackberries and this big mulberry tree, things like that growing. Now, the cool thing is I didn't have to spread or buy that fertilizer. I did have to buy a little bit of food for her, but I'm also growing things right next to the bunny because this is a closed loop system. Anything that sneaks in, you'll see she's already trying to sniff at it over here. She knows what's coming. Anything that sneaks in, or a big leaf, if it gets in the way, is a treat for the bunnies. And they get fresh food. They love it. As you can tell, it's like a lasagna noodle. Look, she'll eat that whole thing. And it works with the garden works with the bunny. The bunny is able to be very healthy and happy. We also have some ground bunnies in a litter colony method, but we use some of them in the garden like this when we're breeding. And this works great. The chickens come around sometimes and they'll spread it for us. Everything is basically automated. I give them a little bit of hay. Sometimes I give them a salt rock, which is just remineralizes the soil with the manure. And by the way, rabbit manure is a cold manure. You can put it directly on garden plants or even directly with the roots and it won't hurt. You can use it as a sort of like a potting mix fertilizer pellet, organic, rather than that junk you buy in the store that's like green and white. This method, although I'm not an expert gardener, has worked out really well for us, even in Florida, even on just junk sand, very, very loose, sandy, like beach sand. This was white sand when I got here with a little bit of grass and some forest. We brought in some manure and some compost and we cut down some logs, brought some logs over, made some raised beds out of it. This is not native soil, but I won't have to bring in more in this spot because this will get bigger and thicker over time thanks to this bunny. So she's working for me. She's enjoying it. And I also want to mention, although we do give them a water bowl, especially in winter if there's a chance of freezing, which is not so much a problem here, but elsewhere. But I've also rigged in the irrigation system to give them a rabbit nipple. If you've seen my videos, Livestock Nipples Change My Life, check it out. These work great, and the bunny can basically get water on demand with just the wiggle of this nipple. And I've also saved a lot of money on PVC using this cheap irrigation stuff that I use in my garden for sprinklers. And I can work with it easy. I can add, basically plug and play like Legos. It's easier than PVC, it's cheaper, and it works great in a lot of ways. By the way, I'm gonna start selling these on redpillliving.com with the garden section stuff. You can make it yourself, but I already found all the stuff. I'll put it together in like a kit and sell it and make it easier for people who want to just skip that step and buy it. I'm going to have a couple of little gadgets on the website, including chicken nipples, rabbit nipples, and another cool little siphon valve system to flush liquid soluble fertilizers into your garden. Now, maybe it could be as simple as a bucket of pee mixed with water so that you can shoot it over to your orchard or your fruit trees, or perhaps, or like flowers or something. Or maybe it's something that you buy at the store and then you just disperse it into your entire garden through your irrigation system all at once. That's a different video. That's coming up next, I think. But this is a cool system. I really love it. And I can't say enough about the rabbits pruning your leaves for you, which is actually good for certain trees anyway. It makes the mulberries grow more berries. It makes them set new berries. So it just works so well together that I barely have to buy food. And soon, I think I won't have to buy food for them. as these things really start to take over, I'll be cutting them out of the forest, trying to find them. And that's exactly what I want. I want unstoppable food. And that's what I want for everybody out there. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you on the next one.